DA Sports coverage of the NFL has us on the west coast of the Sunshine State. Downtown Tampa's the spot, Raymond James Stadium. And tonight we start Week 5 with a primetime matchup, as it'll be the New Orleans Saints taking on the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. About set to begin another week of football, and happy to have you along. We are underway on Thursday night primetime. And he's up past the 20 to the 22-yard line.
The Bucs take over 1st and 10 at their own 22-yard line.
Run.
Mayfield to throw on the first play. Oh, he's going to air it out right away. And that is incomplete. Took a shot there on 1st down, but he couldn't reel it in. You look at the Saints defense. They come into this one rounding out the top 10 in the 10 spot against the run.
Most of their challenges have come in the passing game because against the run, they've been pretty darn good. Now you got to figure out a way to slow down those receivers before they get downfield and maybe make a few more plays on the ball when it's in the air.
They do get a couple, but they'll be left staring at a 3rd and 8 coming up. Throwing, Mayfield will try and do this himself. Now he's going to let it go deep right sideline.
Well, they certainly weren't afraid to let it fly early, and they hope that'll keep the defense honest and keep the offensive guys excited about getting back out there. They are in attack mode in this game. It did backfire a little bit. Now you're just hoping your defense can keep them off the scoreboard so you're not facing a deficit the next time you run out there.
Good starting field position for them as they come up 1st and 10 at their 36-yard line.
Opposite, green. Ready.
They'll run with a 2nd-round pick from Akers Draw. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. Right off the bat, it's a 1st down to start the drive, 12 yards.
1st and 10 at the 47-yard line.
In motion to tight end.
Ready?
Now a play fake here on 1st down. Over the middle, and it's incomplete.
They certainly thought he had an open look beyond the 1st down marker to his receiver, but they just couldn't connect, and that will send them back to the drawing board.
Now a 2nd and 10.
Red, cycle. Hey, blue. Blue, 32. Beetle, pause, red. Set.
Now back to throw. A short throw to Musgrave. And some space here. And he takes this just a few yards shy of the red zone before going out. Good yardage after the catch. Is that play good for 30 and a 1st?
1st and 10 at the 23-yard line.
Ready. 560. Ready. Cut.
Now a handoff running through the middle. And they're going to stop him right at the line of scrimmage. Just no cutback lane to be found whatsoever. 2nd and 10.
I know that speed is the hallmark of today's NFL game, but the key to good rushing defense is still having your linebackers set the edge.
2nd and 10.
Black shot. Cut. Hey, red. 33. Blue strike. Smash. Red. Ready.
They'll set up a throw. Completed to Hyatt. They get 6. That'll leave them with 3rd and 4. Charles, Thursday night game, I think think a lot of teams probably say shrink the playbook somewhat. Is that correct?
I think you're right about that because you just don't have the amount of time that you have in a normal week to put in a full playbook. So as you said, you shrink the playbook, pick out the plays that work best for you. And you know what else you're looking for?
What's that?
Who are the freshest guys coming off?
And he's got it. It's caught in the end zone. Touchdown, New Orleans. A great effort there. His second touchdown on the season. And the Saints are on the board first here on the road in Tampa. Now he's back out there to boom this one away, maybe with some frustration after the PAT miss. A solid stiff arm. And he'll be out of bounds here just past the 20-yard line.
Over first and 10 at their own 21-yard line.
The Tampa offense ready to get their drive started. They threw an interception the first time they had the football, wound up leading to a touchdown the other way. How do you approach drive number 2?
Going back to your game plan coming in, everyone has matchups that they like better than others. Where they think they have an advantage, dial up some of those plays. Try and go to those spots and get your offense moving.
And they'll give him another shot here on the ground. And he'll get it up near the 35, right at the 34 here. 9 yards to pick up there, and it's a first down.
First and 10.
The Buccaneers have 1-3 here in the early part of the year. Charles, they were losers last time out. What do you think they need to do differently here?
Well, I don't think it needs to be as drastic as burning up last week's game tape or not watching it, but the attitude has to be what's done is done. Let's move on. Put that one behind them, galvanize themselves, and go forward and get a win in this one.
They'll come up on a 2nd and 4 now from the 40-yard line. Baker going to give it to Irving. And the second wave of tacklers is going to get him as they stop him behind the line. It'll be a loss of a couple on the play, so now 3rd down coming up. Plays like we just saw there, that's why they're up right now. And the defense, they're doing their job.
Yeah, it starts with the guys up front. So when you talk with GMs who are putting together a team, a lot of them say we're going to build from the inside out because if you control the line of scrimmage, you control the rest of the ball game, and that's what we're seeing here. They're actually playing in the offense's backfield, not necessarily just playing at the line of scrimmage.
And how about the call here? They need 2 yards in their own territory on 4th down, and they're going to go for it. They're going to try and throw. He'll try to do it himself. That is caught. And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. A curious decision to go for it, but it pays off with a first down.
Get it. 19.
And they'll go on the ground. Past the 20. And he's going to be out of bounds here all the way down inside the 10. A big play there out of the running game. 41 yards on the ground. 6-0 our score after 1. Second quarter now in Tampa Bay. It's the Buccaneers in control of the football as they go to work on a 1st and goal. Here's a give up the middle. And he'll be stopped just outside the 5 at the 6. He'll get 2 out of that run, and it's going to bring up a 2nd and goal.
The yards may start getting a little tougher to come by down here near the goal line. That's good work defensively there on 1st down, holding them to a short gain.
The 6-yard line, the line of scrimmage on 2nd and goal. They run. Ja'Cory Krosky Mill. And not a whole lot there. He does get a couple, taking it from the 5 down to the 3.
His path became similar to almost running a stretch play, didn't it? Trying to find a crease, anywhere to put his foot in the ground and cut back. It just never materialized.
A big play forthcoming. Here's 3rd and goal.
180. Stop.
They'll try to run this one in. And he gets halfway there, down to the 1-yard line. The Saints going to call the first of their timeouts. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this second quarter. The offense is staying out there. Here we go on 4th and goal from the 1. Mayfield down. And he's got it. Caught in the end zone. Touchdown, Tampa Bay. From a yard out. And the Bucs take a chance, but they find pay dirt on 4th and goal. Extra point right down the middle. And they take the lead here at 7-6.
Saints 6.
The Bucs ready for the kickoff. And here we go. It's in the air. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback.
At their own 35-yard line.
Getting set for their next drive, the New Orleans offense. And they come into this one off the loss over the weekend. But you say if you're going to play a Thursday night game, this is the week to do it.
It certainly is, because you get right back out there. You don't have time to dwell on things. And look, your game plan is going to be a little more limited, but so is theirs. So that's when you just appeal to your top players. Guys, you make plays in this one, we out-execute them, we can walk away with a win.
Ball at the 40 here for 2nd and 5.
Set, go Regs. Clock, Regs, cycle. Field, black, hut.
Looking to throw. Quick completion here to Johnson. And they'll get this well past midfield before being stopped just before the 35. The catch and run, good for 24 yards. So from Buccaneer territory now, it's 1st and 10 at the 36.
Here we go. Ready.
The first carry now. This is Alvin Kamara. And he sneaks his way forward only for a couple here. 2nd down.
Well, that's just a pile of bodies there, and that's when you kind of find out who's a tough guy, right? Who can stand up and make a play. It's only a 3-yard run, but for both sides, they had to walk away from that feeling like, okay, I can stand up when the going gets tough in here.
On 2nd down, they'll run it here. And he is swallowed up right at the line of scrimmage. They have 3 yards on 1st down, just 1 yard there.
Well done to sniff that out defensively. He had it diagnosed pretty quickly.
I love that description because diagnosed is perfect on that one. Read his keys, made the play, and he couldn't even get going moving the football.
On 3rd down, he'll drop to throw. He'll try and do this himself. And that's going to be incomplete. The contact there enough to jar that ball free, and it brings up 4th down. Now we'll get a quick timeout called by New Orleans, number 2. So as they talk it over, we step aside. And they're going to at least line up to go for it here on 4th down.
Blue, go. Blue, that's it. Mega.
They'll set up to throw. Work in the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete. And he gets this one inside the 15, just a yard or 2 shy of the 10.
Well, the field goal attempt was well in hand. They had that, but they decided to go for it anyway. Extreme confidence, it looks like.
Yeah, but I bet the defense is going to remember this one, right? They kind of rubbed their nose in it. They'll try and set up the screen. It's complete. And he takes this down to about the 2 before going out of bounds.
Second and 1 from the 2.
Check pink. Set, red, blue, black, yellow, 43. Go, yellow.
Hyatt goes in motion left.
Hut.
Now a first carry here for their running back. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. This will be a loss of 3, and now a much tougher third down looming.
In search of 4 yards here to pick up the first down.
Ready, white, white. 52 blue, yellow, go. Black ultra. Hut, hut.
They're going to look to throw.
He'll try and do this himself. Pass taken in by his big tight end.
And just shy of the goal line as he's out of bounds right at the 1.
He was out there waving his arms, and when you got a quarterback out of the pocket looking for any help, I guess waving the arms is helpful.
It certainly is, because you got to get his attention, because now you're in scramble drill. So everyone's adjusting their routes, finding open space, and he found the right spot for the completion.
Hey, red. Hey,
Now they send a
green.
man in motion right.
Ready, ready.
And he won't get there. They stop him a few yards short of the line to gain. They'll get neither the touchdown nor the first down. And this 10-play drive winds up yielding nothing. Back near his goal line, here's Mayfield. He's going to leave this for his running back. It's complete. Now the Saints will use their third and final timeout as they'll talk things over prior to this upcoming second down play.
Well, it looked like the defense, they were ready for that one.
Really left him almost no room to work after catching the ball. He could throw every move in the book at him. They were there, and they tackle him for a loss.
He's going to float this over the middle, deep. And got his man complete. And he will finally be taken down up at the 48. A big play that time for Tampa Bay. 45 yards. The big play has them all the way out near midfield for a 1st and 10.
180.
Here's Mayfield. And he's got his man out of the backfield. That's complete. Now the Bucs going to use the first of their timeouts, as the clock will stop with 34 seconds to go before halftime.
At the 44-yard line.
Mayfield looks to throw. Oh, and he'll just get rid of this one deep. And this is caught. Touchdown. A great play there with his second touchdown here in this first half. And the Buccaneers will extend their lead in the final minute of the half. Extra point splits the uprights, and the lead is up to 8.
14. Saints 6.
Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. And he'll go down as this drive will start at the 25-yard line. The Saints offense on the field ready to get their drive started.
Here we go, here we go.
And with time quickly fading here in the second quarter, not sure how aggressively, offensively they want to play this. And they take over, they'll set up shop at the 46-yard line.
First down pass. Intercepted. The Bucs take over 1st and 10 at the 46-yard line.
Let's go. Panthers.
And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. The Bucs going to go ahead and use the second of their timeouts,
A loss of 2.
as they'll stop it with 17 seconds to go in this first half of action.
First play of the drive goes the wrong way. Here's 2nd and 12.
180. Start.
Mayfield to throw it this time. That's caught. It's Marvin Mims. The Bucs forced to use their 3rd and final timeout. And with halftime on the horizon, they'll be out of timeouts from here forward. Mayfield. Able to find the open man. That's complete. He's going to be brought down there in the field of play, and the clock will run. No timeouts. They will not have the chance to bring out the field goal unit. The Saints going to go on offense first, and they trail here as we begin quarter number 3. And this one definitely not in the landing zone. In fact, it's over the back line of the end zone, so this ball will come out to the 30 now. Getting set for their next drive, the New Orleans offense. Charles, some things to like about that first half. Ultimately trailing here, but certainly this deficit is manageable. So curious to see what adjustments they may have made at intermission.
As am I, because I think things bode well for a possible comeback, because I thought one of their best reps in the first half came to the passing game. They were hitting the open receivers, taking whatever the coverage gave them and making it work well for themselves. Now, they just want to pick up the pace of scoring a little bit. So I expect them to come back, continue to throw the ball effectively.
Ready?
And we'll keep leaning on the running game. Back to the ground. Nowhere to go that time. He maybe got a yard up to the 40.
Here is 3rd and 5.
Field, black. Yellow, blue. 50, white. Hut.
Back to throw. He'll try and do this himself. He's going to get that to his running back out of the backfield. And he is going to have a Saints first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
On the ready?
A gain of 15. First down, Saints.
Opposite. Ready. Go pink. 60 red. Set, right.
They'll run on first down. Fitzpatrick. And a hard-earned yard there as he ran through one would-be tackler. It's 2nd down.
Well, that's a real nice job there by the defensive front. They just engaged and held their ground. But how about the guy who made the play? We often talk about whether they take a good first step or not. Many times you just don't take any step. Just get your feet moving, get your body going, and then once he made the read, he was able to make the play.
Inside 4 minutes to go, 3rd quarter.
Ready. Yellow, blue, black, blue. Set, cut.
The play-action fake. They'll look to throw. And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete.
I think he had to unload that one before he wanted to. He was right up in his grill. I think he was a dentist there without a license, don't you?
Just not enough time for the play to develop. Just lucky it wasn't a fumble, really. And they'll need to get to the 35 if they want to keep this drive going on 3rd down. He's got his target. That's complete. And he'll cross over out of bounds right at the 25. Just his 2nd catch of the game so far. This one moves the chains.
Ready. Black Ultra. Let's go now. 52 Blaster. Blue 32. Ready.
On first down, they'll go to the ground attack. And nowhere to run on the interior of that defensive line. He'll get back only to the line of scrimmage. From the 24 now, here's his 2nd down and 9.
Hey, blue. 10 steal. Blue striker. Hut.
They'll look to throw. Got his man there. It's Wallace complete. And they've got it inside the 10 at the 8. Rookie to rookie on the hook up there. That's a first down.
Drill 52. Here we go. Set.
They'll try and run this one right up the gut. And he is into the end zone. Touchdown, New Orleans. A great effort there. His third rushing touchdown of the year. And the Saints are back within a couple of the lead.
Sometimes you get a first and goal and you're back near the 7, 8, 9 yard line and you start thinking, maybe we'll run it here on first down to get half of what we need, so maybe we can have 2 or 3 shots at going for it from closer range. So this is a bonus right here. What a great run to work his way into the end zone.
Ready?
They'll try and run it here. And he will get into the end zone again. And he seems to have a nose for it as he gets both the touchdown and the 2-point conversion. So we're right back where we started. All even as the kick's away. And he'll get it up just past the 20 as these guys will go to work at the 21-yard line.
First and 10 at their own 21.
The Bucs offense set to begin their next possession.
Here we go.
Their halftime lead now evaporated. We're back to level following that touchdown a moment ago.
And that shouldn't change the mindset a whole lot from an offensive perspective because they already knew this was going to be a hard fight.
There he goes, right side. Touchdown, Tampa Bay. Big play there with his third touchdown of the game, number 7 on the year. And the Buccaneers have taken the lead. Point after, right down the middle. And the lead is now 21-14.
21. Saints 14.
The Bucs ready for the kickoff. And here we go. It's in the air. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback.
At their own 35-yard line.
The Saints offense on the field ready to get their drive started. They'll look for a drive to tie this up, down 21-14 as they have it 1st and 10. They'll start this drive out on the ground. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. The drive starting with a first down, 11 yards on that pickup.
Partner, if you want more carries, I think we saw how you get them. Showed that he's got the fresh legs, and he picked up the first down on that run. Don't just ask for him. Show him that you're supposed to get the football.
Yellow, 1, ready. 6, yellow, blue. Hey, green. Set,
Running game working. They'll stick with it on first down. And he stopped immediately there. Divine Diablo there to make the stop. When we talk about defenders, specifically linebackers, keeping their eyes in the right spot, he had that eye down the entire time.
And you know that's not easily done because they throw a lot of misdirection at you. They try and fool you and get your eyes in the wrong place. But you're right about that one. He correctly figured that one out and made a really nice play.
They'll come up facing 3rd and 5.
Go red. Foot, blue, striker. Shoot, yellow. Set.
He'll drop to throw. And that is incomplete. Oh, he had a defender right there with him to force that to the ground. And 4th down now coming up.
It's been clear in this matchup which side has been the more physical one. It's been this defense. And here's another example on that last play.
The offense going to stay out there. They've converted once, failed once. What can they do here on 4th down?
50, blaster, 6.
Back to throw here. Open man is Musgrave, and he's got it. And he's got this down to the 35. So a moment to catch our collective breath after the 4th down conversion. We'll return with more after this break. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. A new lease on life after the 4th down conversion. Here's 1st and 10.
Set, ready, Smith, ready. Clock, ready.
Up the middle they go. Fitzpatrick. Touchdown, New Orleans. A great play there. With his 2nd touchdown of the game, 4th of the year. And the Saints are an extra point away from tying this game here on the 4th. We are set up for a fantastic finish now. A 4th quarter touchdown here, and we're an extra point away from a tie football game.
And I know they're thinking about possibly going for 2, but I'd go ahead and kick this one and just get it back to level.
Don't forget the extra point. It's up and good. And an important one that is, as we are all tied now early in this 4th quarter. Boy, what a start to the week this has been. All tied 4th quarter as the kick's away. And out a little across the 25 to the 27.
The Bucs take over 1st and 10 at their own 27-yard line.
The Tampa offense ready to get their drive started. Well, they just gave up the score to tie it. That's the bad news. The good news, plenty of time in this 4th quarter to try to grab that lead back. And he is met at the line of scrimmage, and he goes down right there. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11.
At the 26-yard line.
Play fake. Mayfield. Into the hands of Krosky Merritt. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. 15 yards as Tampa Bay picks up the 1st.
1st and 10 at the 41-yard line.
Well, now they'll try the end around. Oh, this one may need to go back to the drawing board. He's going to be swallowed up right away. A gain of 3, 2nd down.
Not your conventional play call, but that's okay. You probe the defense a little bit with some of everything in your playbook. That way they have to account for everything as the game moves on.
And they'll come out now in an empty backfield. 5 receivers split out, 2nd and 7. And a solid run here as he'll pick his way down to the 42-yard line. 14 yards that time and a 1st down on the keeper.
How about that there? No frills, no additives, right? Nothing crazy. Just find a way to pick up the 1st down. A nice run right there.
Both teams working on short rest, but this has been one of the better Thursday night games we've seen as they come up here on 1st and 10. Now a handoff as they run left side. And he works his way forward to pick up 4 yards there, 2nd down.
Brandon, all things considered, they have to feel pretty good about getting that type of a game, considering the blitz that they just had against them.
Here's 2nd and 5 now from the 37. And they'll give him another shot here on the ground. Down the sideline he goes. Touchdown, Tampa Bay. A great effort there with his 2nd touchdown of the night. And the Buccaneers answer back with a touchdown of their own to break our tie and take the lead here in the 4th. Extra point right down the middle. And they will take a 7-point lead.
Saints 21.
The Bucs ready for the kickoff. And here we go. It's in the air. And that one not returnable. It's over the back line to the end zone, so that's going to be spotted up at the 30-yard line. Getting set for their next drive, the New Orleans offense. They now trail by 7 after that last touchdown here in the 4th quarter. What a big spot for this offense. See if they can cobble something together on this drive. Now he's loose again. And he's got it all the way down to the 12-yard line.
107 yards on the ground for him now as he has gotten better, really, as the night's gone on.
And I don't want to harp on it, but this defense among the bottom in the league against the run, and they show it right there.
And it doesn't matter when you get prepared for this defense, whether you're good running the ball or not. That's your plan. Run the ball against them. That's their weakness. And by the way, I think you harped on it.
I did. My bad. Right back to him on first down. Down to the 6-yard line on a pickup of 6 as he gets halfway to the goal line.
I think we all suspected that they were going back to him after he found the end zone on his last carry. And they kept the positive momentum going there. Another nice run by him.
Fourth quarter, down to the final 2 minutes, and we've got a one-score game.
Now 2nd and 4.
Here we go, set, black swap, foot, yellow, go. Set.
And now here's a carry heading left. And the Saints are going to have a 1st and goal as some good running there gets him down to about the 2-yard line, knocking on the door. Here we go, 1st and goal.
Set. Yeah, the black. Hey, go pink. Ready?
They'll try to run this one in. And he is in for a score. Touchdown, New Orleans. Taking it in from a yard out.
And the Saints are an extra point away from tying this game here in the final minutes.
Don't forget the extra point. It's up and good. And, partner, we've got a tie game here in the 4th.
Boy, what a start to the week this has been. All tied 4th quarter as the kick's away.
Oh, a good return up past the 30.
And they'll have very good starting field position as he's up just shy of the 40. This is 1st and 10.
76.
And he's going to be met at the line of scrimmage and taken down.
Partner, you've got about 20 coaches on your payroll, but there's 60,000 of them in the stands. I don't think any of them like that play.
And the later we go, it's starting to sound like 100,000 in here.
Mayfield to throw. Now he'll tuck this and run.
They're going to locate his running back open downfield.
And he's going to be shoved out of bounds inside the 15-yard line. But that last throw, Charles, is going to move him past 32,942 yards passing for his career, and that surpasses the total of the Hall of Famer and a colleague of both of ours, Troy Aikman.
Yeah, played from 1989 to 2000, and Troy Aikman, he was about winning, because remember, he had Michael Irvin to throw it to. We had Emmitt Smith to hand it to. Just imagine if he was throwing it the way they throw it around nowadays. His numbers, boy, would they be sky.
The Saints going to call the first of their timeouts as the clock's going to stop with 47 seconds to go in the 4th.
Under 50 seconds to play. Here's 2nd and 10.
Ready? Panther 6. Ready?
And they'll go with the ground attack here. And here he'll get it down to the 7. Now we'll get a quick timeout called by New Orleans, number 2. As they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the game.
What a kickoff to the week this has been. Now a big play. It's 3rd down.
Kings! What's up?
Here's Baker.
He's got it.
And the Buccaneers are going to have 1st and goal as they try to finish off this drive with 6 points.
Now the Saints will use their 3rd and final timeout as the clock will stop with just under 30 seconds left to go.
Now 1st and goal. They'll try to run this one in. And that's a touchdown as they've broken our tie here in the final minute of the 4th. Everybody in the stadium knew what they were going to do right there, CD. 3 tight ends on the field, all that extra bulk, and they run it in.
And you saw where that one went, right? You run it over your best blocker. I can just see the head coach right now. I want to run this one over the big boy. And they got it done.
The extra point splits the uprights, and they will take a 7-point lead. The Bucs ready for the kickoff, and here we go. It's in the air. And this one definitely not in the landing zone. In fact, it's over the back line, so this is going to come out to the 35. Here's 1st and 10.
Let's go now.
Back to throw. And that'll be off the mark, too far out in front, and it's incomplete.
Work with me, partner. Take a deep breath, because that's what they're doing down the field now. That incompletion allowed them to exhale a little bit. Get in the huddle, kind of scan the crowd, see if any celebrities are here. Relax a little bit as they start this big drive.
Ready. 52 blue. Cut.
They'll look to throw. Now a desperation throw deep downfield. And incomplete on the deep ball.
I think we were both wondering if we were going to see them try and push it deep downfield, facing a one-possession deficit late, and they certainly didn't disappoint. They gave it an effort.
This definitely 4-down territory at this point, but a critical 3rd down here.
Yellow, 22. Steel, blaster, 6.
He's back to throw. That is caught. And he'll have it past midfield almost to the 40 before being taken down.
1st and 10 at the 41-yard line.
That was a long shot, but they did get one final chance to try to score and overcome this small deficit. No touchdown, though, Charles, and that brings this one to a close.
Yeah, I think Hope was wearing one jersey and Worry was wearing another on the other sideline as that final snap.